Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On a cold and blustery winter night here in January, welcome to Norristown Area School District Television Network and tonight's boys basketball game, Suburban 1 basketball game between the Trojans of Wissahickon High School and the Eagles of Norristown. I'm Tom McGee, along with my partner, Bobby Koch, and we're here to bring you what we hope is going to be a very exciting game, and hopefully it'll match the exciting finish of that JV game that Norristown just won with a layup at the buzzer by Kenny Witter. Bob, Norristown is coming off a very difficult and surprising loss to Upper Moreland last Friday night, and it's going to be interesting to see if they come out after that wake-up call with a lot of enthusiasm and intensity, or maybe their confidence might be shaken a little bit. How do you feel about that?
I think they're going to come back pretty strong. I talked to Coach Evans prior to the game. He knows that Wissahickon is doing very well at this point. As he said, they're a very well-coached team. They're a young team. They're leading their division, you said earlier, by at least a game. And there's no doubt in his mind. He said they had great practices Saturday and Monday. They're very confident, and they're looking forward to this game. I think it'll be a good one, but I'm predicting Norristown wins this one.
Okay, Bob. Wissahickon does come in with an outstanding record. They're coming in at 10-6, but more importantly, 6-1 in the Freedom Division of the Suburban 1 American Conference. They're a very big team, Bob. They go 6'5", 6'5", 6'6" across the front line, so they should be, that's one of the strengths pointed out by Coach Wilson, rebounding. What they're concerned about is handling the Norristown pressure in addition to dictating the tempo and utilizing their strength on the board. He feels if they don't turn the ball over and prevent Norristown from getting after too many big runs, that they can make this game competitive. So for Bob Koch, I'm Tom McGee, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and the national anthem following this short break. Bob, welcome back here to the starting lineups. For the Trojans, Ryan Washington, a 6'5" sophomore forward.
Number 43, Jason Lander, center.
Number 43, a center, 6'6" junior, Jason Landers.
Greg Miller, guard.
And number 33 is a 6' junior guard, Greg Miller.
34, Chris Beardsley.
34, 6'5" junior forward, Chris Beardsley. And Bobby, this team is long.
30, Steve Brady at the other guard.
They round their lineup off with number 30, Steve Brady.
Head coach assisted by Todd Rooney, Mike Shire, Tom Smallwood, and Ralph Lowe.
Once again, the Wissahickon Trojans lead the Freedom Division of the Suburban American Conference with a 6-1 record, a 2-game lead over Upper Moreland, Upper Merion. And here are the Norristown starters. That's number 55,
Number 20,
Lucas, Billy Lucas. Number 20, Carl Dean, a 6'4" senior. Jermaine Pierce, a 6'3" true freshman.
Number 10, Anthony Carmona.
And number 10, Anthony Carmona, who's having a great year, Bobby. Very consistent shooting the ball.
Willis Gardner at the other.
Perhaps their most talented player, number 4 junior point guard, Willis Gardner.
Mike Fink, Jim Servator, Greg Bates, and Darby Callahan.
Right now, we're going to have everybody please stand for the national anthem.
Keith Foster, student from A.D. Eisenhower.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, who crushed stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. On the ramparts we watched, words of gallantly stream. And the rugged dragon the
right, Bob, that was a great rendition of our national anthem by that young student from the Eisenhower Middle School. I don't know his name. It says Snow on the back of his jersey, but I don't believe that's it.
Oh, we know that's not it.
But
76ers Snow.
we will get that young man's name, and Nate Crawford, as I was just informed by Dave Kurtz. And Bob, as you mentioned before the game, we expect contrasting styles tonight.
I think you're going to see a lot of it. Norristown's going to look to push the ball up the court. They're going to score off the transition. I think you'll see a very strong team game with Norristown. They've been that way all season. And it'll be interesting with Wissahickon. They're coaching strong, and they expect to play a half-court game.
Okay, let's see how this height disparity. Norristown, not quite as big, but they have great leaping ability. And I'll turn it over to Bob Koch for tonight's play-by-play.
Here we go with the center jump. Carl Dean jumps, and it's going to be re-jumped. White ball.
Okay, right in front of us here is Willis Gardner. Bob's going to inbound the ball, and let's see what the defense Wissahickon opens up with.
Person to person. Willis handling the ball in the backcourt, calling the play. Passes to Carl into the corner. Penetrates and scores on the opening play.
That's what Dean's got to do more, Bob. He's got to mix it up, take the ball to the basket. He's got too many skills and ability to jump to be just shooting from the perimeter.
That was too easy, though, for Norristown to score. Wissahickon can't be pleased with that. The opening possession, to give it up and score a layup that quickly. Turnover, fast break. It's going to be 2. Got to use the backboard. Pressure, a little bit of pressure. 1-2-1-1. Wissahickon looking a little bit of tentative. Number 30 handling the ball.
They sure do.
Almost turns it over.
They look shaky with the ball.
Yes, they do. Almost a walk on that. Number 33 uses the glass.
I don't think he called that, though. They shouldn't count those unless you call them.
Well-coached teams are going to use that.
Norristown in man, Bob.
Yep. Number 30 with the 34 with the shot.
Norristown runs off 2 quick buckets. Wissahickon comes right back, Bob.
Well, here we go. Turnover off of their pressure. 6-4 at the 6:17 on the console board.
That was an ill-advised pass by Gardner. Nobody flashed to the middle. You got to have somebody flash middle against this zone pressure.
1-2-1-1. 1-2-2.
Got to have Lucas step up, Bob.
Another turnover. Wissahickons force quick 2 turnovers and lead the game 6-4. And you wouldn't expect Norristown to be having problems handling the ball with Willis on the court and Anthony on the court.
But it's not necessarily ball handling as much as decision-making and positioning, though, Bob, of players.
Number 45 handling the ball up top. A lot of pressure with Norristown. Almost turns it over. 34 is going to take the shot. Uses the backboard and makes it. Number 34 is Chris Beardsley with the shot, and it's 8-4.
Yeah, I don't know if Wissahickon wants number 45 at 6'5", handling the ball out front, Bob, against Norristown's quickness.
Back into the man. Carl Dean with the ball, passing it out to Willis.
Wissahickon, Bob, is implementing a very saggy type zone.
Good move, pull it back out. There's 45, is going to take the shot. It's a long one. Tips it out. Landers tips it out. Willis is going to take it in. Passes it off. Nice pass. Carl Dean on the shot. Score is 8-6. 4:44 left on the board.
That was Dean with the conversion on that, Dave. That's 2 buckets for Carl Dean. Good to see him active, involved early.
Ooh, too easy, Tom. Too easy.
Kyle Wilson mentioned before the game, they're going to be an opportunistic team in transition, taking the opportunities to score easy baskets without trying to play too quick.
Looks like we're going to see the same MO, both ends. 2 easy layups in a matter of seconds. Both teams pressing and giving up layups. Norristown pressing, looks like, yep, 45 to the middle. 45 again, handling it up top.
Bob, Steve Brady, number 30, seems very shaky against just conventional pressure man-to-man by Willis Gardner. It may take him a quarter or so to get some confidence. Right now, he looks to be very vulnerable with the ball.
Yeah, and that was not one of the guys that was projected as starting. Pass down to the corner, short shot, fade away.
Not a great shot. His feet weren't set, and he was falling away on the release.
Number 45 handling the ball again to 43 inside the paint. It's blocked. Transition. Anthony has the ball. There's a tip and a steal. Good defensive play on Wissahickon's part. 3-on-1, 34 in, and scores the layup. 34.
And then action, Bob.
Good tip, though. Good tip off the steal.
But you know what, Bob? The pace, even though Norristown's down 4, the tempo of the game is in their favor. No question about it. I don't know if Coach Wilson wants to maintain the intensity and the quickness of this tempo right now.
Well, see, we know Norristown's bench. I don't know what kind of bench Wissahickon has and how deep he's going to go before that level drops off. It looks like
that
earlier
might be
he said right, because earlier he said he wants to keep it a half-court game. Forced it, 43, forced it. That's Jason Landers.
You want to kick that out and reverse the ball there. Look opposite side there. Your triple team, Bob, somebody's got to be open.
Get it back, kick it back out, look to get it back, dump it off somewhere, but he forced it. Willis with the penetration, misses it, and was that Willis with the rebound?
That was Gardner. You know what, with all those big guys in there, you don't want a 5'11" Willis Gardner getting that offensive board.
We have a couple substitutions here for Wissahickon and for Norristown. Number 31, Matt Zimmerman's coming in for Wissahickon, and number 21, Pat Gangini coming in. Norristown also has some changes. Kem Witter's in, he's handling the ball up top. Willis is going to take a long 3 and makes it. The lead is now Norristown 13. It's 13-12 with 1:51 on the Conocelli board. Pressure, there's a turnover. Kem Witter takes it, passes it off to Billy Lucas on the inside, and it's now a 15-12 game.
Pressure's really bothering Wissahickon. They moved it up full court. Bobby, I don't know how much.
Here. 34 again and a foul.
Bobby, I don't know how much playing time Kenny Witter has in this varsity game. The rule used to be you could play 5 quarters a night. They may have increased that to 6, but I know he played significant minutes and number of quarters in the JV game.
Tom, I think it's 6 now. I think it's
I believe
a combination of 6.
And I'm sure the coaching staff is made aware of that. Normally, though, if he has 3 to play, you don't want to get him in the first period.
Yeah, you want to hold off to the end of the game and see what you have. You want to use him for that 4th. Anthony looks like, nope, Anthony stayed on the bench. So we have Carl, Willis, Ken, Bill.
With that pass, that pass should be pumped over his head.
Jermaine with a cross court, Willis with a good look, Carl inside, goes up, misses it, almost rebound. It is rebound by Norristown. They're going to get a, oops, Wissahickon gets the rebound. Scores 15-14, 107 left on the first quarter. The Conocelli board, almost a turnover. There's a long shot. Doesn't look like he had good position on that. Throw it up. Oh, turnover coming up, turnover coming up. Look up, heads up play, didn't need to dribble, but scores.
Good hustle by the Trojans there, Bobby.
Unacceptable, Thomas. Unacceptable.
You got to get a guard back.
Defensive break. The court's flat. Got to run both ends. What is going on here? Both teams are getting layups.
It's a sloppy part of the game right now. But again, the pace, this definitely favors Norristown's desired tempo, Bob.
That may be why Wissahickon subbed already 3 players. And they're going to lose something with that pressure with those 3 players. Here we go. I'm talking about losing something and they just steal the ball.
And that's 3 consecutive turnovers by number 5 for Norristown.
That's
Kenny Witter. Bobby, while we're in this timeout with only 12.8 to go,
A little surprised.
it should be 18-17, I believe, on that board. And I believe Wissahickon fans are concerned. He did change. Yeah, they're usually 30 or 40 seconds a little late here at times. But as long as we get it right, that's what counts, Bob.
It is at the 12.8 second mark of the first quarter on the Conticelli board. It's 18-17. Wissahickon. I must admit, we're both surprised with this, Tom. The pace is really quick, almost turnover. Both teams are really hustling for that ball. Someone's got to get a shot. Willis is going to take a long one and buries it.
Nothing but a little back of the rim on that. 2018 after one, a very exciting period of play, very exciting basketball, a little sloppy there at the end. I think Norristown, Bob, I think they could take control of this game. What they have to do is be more precise. I like to use that term, precision, preciseness in their offensive execution against this 1-2-1-1 or 1-2-2 half-court defense. Players have to come to meet the ball on the passes. There have to be quick reversals, sharp reversals, not trying to force the ball into the teeth of the defense. One extra pass will make it a lot easier. And I'm sure that's what Coach Evans is talking about, because these defenses are nothing that Norristown hasn't seen, and I'm sure nothing they haven't practiced against.
Not at this point in the season when you're 11, 12 games in. I think you're probably on the money with the transition part of it. This favors Norristown, but I'm surprised at the easy buckets both teams have had in that first quarter. And we're looking at an 80-point game here.
Yeah,
Somebody better step up and play some defense. This level, this is well beyond what Norristown is accustomed to giving up.
they're playing a very loose, gambling type defense.